Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the EFL Fantasy Podcast. We have a very special episode today. My name is Angus.
My name is Dan.
And I am Jamie.
Yeah,
That
Jamie
sounds
is
weird.
back. He's not permanently back. Don't get too excited or disappointed, depending on
Or
how you feel
disappointed,
about
yeah.
it. Since the international break, we had promised we'd do this sort of Ask Us About Anything pod, and we're going to be doing it now. How are we, guys?
Living the dream, Angus.
I'm bored. No championship football. I'm fed up of watching Southgate's England.
It's been quite nice actually having a week off from the football. Enjoyed some of the action when Italy were getting knocked out and that sort of thing.
It has been nice to have a break, but I'm going to struggle to get back into it now because I want the season to end because my fantasy football season is a write-off, so I am really going to struggle to get back into it. But yeah, like you say, it has been a nice break, I suppose.
Yeah, and I suppose it's sort of like nice just to have a weekend where it's like you're not having to sort of almost plan around the football and whatever. I wouldn't want to do it too often, but once was quite nice.
I could tell you haven't got a child, Angus. I'd have done
No,
anything to go to the football this weekend.
No, I don't. Yeah, I mean, it was my birthday this week on Friday.
Oh, really?
Turned 30 and still managed to have like no responsibilities in life, so living the dream.
I'd swap with you in a heartbeat.
But yeah, so we've sourced questions from the wonderful people of Twitter. I thought for a while we were only going to have like 3 questions, but we've got a few more in. We haven't really looked at these questions properly, so you guys will be getting our sort of proper answers to these questions. And it probably won't be as dramatic and or weird as some of the international break conversations going on FPL Twitter. So let's dive right in. The first question we've got is from Darren or Tory Close. He said, "What does Jamie hate the most about Twitter?"
That's definitely from my part. The birthday ones, if you've seen my tweet, I know you did it to take the piss out of me,
Yeah.
Angus, but when people clearly haven't had enough attention from people at home, they have to post a picture of the screenshot with the balloon saying, "What is this glitch?" Well, clearly it's your birthday, you know about it. That's annoying. That is really annoying. I'd probably say that is the most annoying thing. Or people, I swear people are doing it on purpose to piss me off now, because since I tweeted that out, I've seen about 4 people
Asking for
saying,
followers.
"I'm so many followers off a certain number. Can you get me there?" Absolutely not. No.
I'll unfollow you so you're further away.
It's never from people I follow. It's like what someone likes, so I see it on my timeline. So fucking annoying.
What a great start. I mean, it does ask Jamie, Dan, what do you hate most about Twitter?
I don't know. Just people with opinions that aren't correct. That annoys me.
I tell you what is more annoying. Well, I don't know if it's more annoying, but it is annoying. Football Twitter, when that kind of sneaks onto my timeline.
Yeah.
You know, it's some 13-year-olds in the bedroom, who's an absolute bellend with a player as their Avi, as they call it, and then they just tweet a load of bollocks just for interactions. I can't be dealing with that.
Yeah, I was about to say it's the people having like bad opinions or saying opinions that they know will get interactions. Like where someone said it for the sake of it.
Most overrated 11 in the Premier League, and it had like, I didn't even look at it all, but I saw Trent in there, and I was just dickhead.
Yes,
he had a Man United player as his logo.
I did see that one. I did see that one this evening. Yeah, it was like Trent and Rudiger and Declan Rice and
Rice was in there. fucking idiot.
A very different question now from Forever QPR, who's asked us: gin and tonic or dark rum and coke?
Rum
Dan,
and
what's
Coke.
yours?
Rum and Coke. That's bringing back some days anyway.
I think I'd go rum and coke. I wouldn't drink it really, but gin's filthy. I mean, all these girls who just follow the trends to drink gin can't tell me it tastes nice. It's fucking rank. Like, it is vile. No matter what you have it with. Ugh. So I'd probably go rum, but I'd rather not have any of that either. What about you?
It probably has to be rum and coke. I think the only time I've had gin and tonic was when me and some mates were playing beer pong and we ran out of beer and all they had was gin and tonic, so did it with gin and tonic instead.
Yeah, bad times when you run out of beer and just start drinking anything.
Yeah.
I've done that a few times.
That's
I've never
about-
actually had gin and tonic together. I've only had like gin with like lemonade or, Leanne gets us like some random flavors and it just
Yeah.
tastes like shit. But I've had tonic water once when I was like 16. I worked part time at McDonald's. What was it tonic? Oh, no, sorry, I'm lying. It was soda water. Oh my god, that was the worst thing I've ever experienced in my life. That was horrendous.
Yeah, but no, it wasn't terrible, but I'd probably still go rum and coke as well.
I'm a Weatherspoons kind of guy. Like, I don't want to pay more than £3 for a pint.
But it's a good thing you're not in London then.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I wouldn't last a week down in London for them prices.
The next question we've got is from Chris Hermitage, and he starts off by saying hot TV takes, given that Jamie just said Breaking Bad is shit. So I missed this.
Someone asked us Breaking Bad any good, and I just put no, it's shit.
So he's got a few questions here. So he said best show.
Oh god, that is a tough question. That is. There's so many, and I know I'm going to forget about some. Prison Break would be my number one if it ended at season 3.
This is the thing I have with most series.
Yeah, they get shitter.
Yeah. If they were like two seasons long, excellent.
Yeah, Prison Break, especially the first 2 series, were absolutely unbelievable. I really like Ozark. That's up there for me, and I love Power. A big fan of that as well. So if I had to choose one, I think I'd go Ozark. What about you guys?
Angus?
Dan, you go next because I'm still thinking.
Yeah, I like Prison Break. That reminded me of when I was working and up at the airport when I was about 16 or 17 when I was in college. And I used to come home. It was on Channel 5. I used to watch that before I go to bed. I like Prison Break the first 2. Dexter was good the first 4 series, and then that went
fantastic stuff at the beginning.
That went shit. Same as if they're all the same. Like Game of Thrones was good, and then that went shit.
Yeah.
If you're on about like I like In Betweeners though, that never ages, and they done it 3 series and it was good. They finished it. Same with like the UK Office.
I tell you what, I do. I like the Narcos series, especially like the Mexico. I like El Chapo. But I've just finished last night, staying up till 3 o'clock watching it. Top Boy. And now I'm like just walking around the house, talking to the kids like, "Wog one, my G. What you say, my bro?" I did enjoy that. What about you, Angus?
Yeah, I'm really struggling to think of things I've watched. Because the only thing I've been watching recently when I've had any time to watch a series is Drive to Survive.
Yeah, that's class. I did enjoy that. You're too busy looking at injuries, aren't you, to watch
Yeah.
Netflix?
Yeah, and then like when I get a week off, it's like no, I'm not looking at anything. Yeah, I'll go with Drive to Survive because otherwise I'll just be sat here thinking forever.
What an answer.
Chris has also asked the worst show you've watched.
That's hard because I'll give it a couple of episodes. If it's shit,
Yeah.
just go straight off. Try and think. What did I? Yeah, that is hard to say the worst show. Because I have seen this question actually, so I know what the next question is. So my answer for that is that. No, I can't think of one for worst because I'll just turn it off if it's shit. If I feel like I'm going to waste my life watching it, it'll just go off.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably one of these like shitty game shows or whatever. Like, it's probably like the worst show, or like one of these soaps.
I used to love the soaps. I don't watch them. I don't have time to watch them anymore. But I did love Corrie and
Oh
EastEnders.
no.
Yeah, I was all over them. Especially on a Monday and a Friday, double Corrie. Corrie, EastEnders, Corrie. And when we finally got Sky Q and I could record them, I was living the dream at one point.
My missus watch all those Geordie Shore and all that lot.
Yeah, Leanne
And
does.
when I said to her, they live in the same house. They don't talk to each other until they go out for a night and they can't hear each other. What is the point in that?
I give Leanne stick for watching like that, like Made in Chelsea and the Ways Essex, but like she normally watches it upstairs. But if off the off chance I've gone bed early or she's watching it downstairs, I'll sit there. I'm like, this is shit. But then I'm proper engrossed. Like,
Yeah,
who's he on about there? I'll be like, and Love Island, that is proper
Oh,
shit. But I will watch every single episode.
I watched it a few years ago. I haven't watched it for a few series like that.
for the
Yeah,
worst
me
one,
and Leanne
I'll
watch that
say
good.
I'll say Hollyoaks for the worst one because there are times where I catch bits and pieces of it. I'm like, the fuck is this? Like,
I tried to get back into that about 2 months ago, and I was just like, I can't do it. It's so shit.
I mean, I also just thought we had to mention Hollyoaks at some point.
Yeah, 100%.
And the most overrated show?
Breaking Bad, 100%. Proper shit. Have
How
you
many
two watched
series? How many seasons did you watch of it?
about 2.5?
Seasons.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Like, I got past, like, I was like, oh, this is shit, but, it's got to be good for everyone to rave about it.
Yeah.
So I was like, right, I'll keep going. And I heard stuff about, like, the episode of The Fly. Like, it's the best episode of TV people have watched, and I didn't get it. I generally did not get it. It was so shit.
I remember watching
Giving up.
the first series and I thought this is slow, but I found it did get quite good. So that's why I asked how many episodes you watched.
Yeah, I didn't. Do you know, like, for me, I had to like connect with the characters as well, and like I thought Jesse was a bell end, and Eisenberg was annoying, so I was just like, fuck this off. But then I am slightly annoyed because I hate leaving series like halfway through. Like I did Homeland, got to like season 7, and I haven't watched the end, but it's been that long and I forgot what's happened. I'd have to watch it all again, and I'm definitely
That's what I did with Lost. I watched like 4 series, like when it was out originally. I just, suddenly just didn't follow it up, and then I watched it like during lockdown,
yeah.
and I realized just how good the first couple of series of Lost were, and obviously it goes downhill like every show does.
I haven't watched that at all. Never even tried it.
Yeah, I think I watched the first series and then I didn't sort of watch it for ages. I missed sort of like when the second series was, and then it got way down the line and I just saw people complaining about how shit it had got, and I was like, guess I won't be watching any more of that then.
What's your overrated shows?
Oh god.
Trying to think.
There's some things that I haven't watched, so I'm sure they're good, but like in my head are almost overrated because I haven't watched them.
Another good show, I forgot, Line of Duty was fantastic. I know the ending was a bit shit, but it was still fantastic. I did love watching that every week. But
See,
having to actually not binge it and wait every week for an episode, I did actually enjoy that, to be fair.
I missed the first few series, and I'm like, oh, I'm just not going to catch up on it. You know, when you go too far, and I'm like, no, I'm not watching that now. I'm stubborn. I'm not
I was
watching
going to
it.
do that with Game of Thrones because I didn't watch any of it until the new season was coming out, like the last season, and it was everywhere advertised, even at like football stadiums. And I was like, I aren't watching dragons and all that bollocks. I'm not into anything like that. But I was like, Leanne wanted to watch. She was like, right, go on then. It's got to be decent. And I loved it for ages, and then it just went really shit at the end. Like,
They just rushed the last two series. That's what they did. That was it.
well, I was more pissed off. There's like loads of side stories which I was like quite interested in. Like, I'm shit with names, but the younger sister who did that face swapping bollocks,
Yeah.
I was like really
Oh,
interested.
yeah.
And I was like, I didn't understand what was going on, but I was like, I wanted to see what was going to come from it, and I generally don't know what came from it. So, yeah, that's another one I thought of.
Go on. I'm gonna say for overrated, I'm just gonna pick out one of the ones I haven't watched, and I'll say The Walking Dead.
I haven't watched that either, but that's so highly rated, isn't it?
Yes,
I watched one series.
Just generate opinions. I'll just say that's overrated.
Can't be dealing with anything like zombies. Like, no, it's not for me. I need like some kind of like realism. It's like when I play like PS5. You know, there's all these games out, and I can't play them. I'm FIFA F1. Really, I play a bit of Call of Duty, but not really. But I need some kind of realism. I don't want to go like killing dragons and shooting zombies and all that bollocks.
The other part of Chris's question, one question that turned out to be 4 questions, was is it then throw in best snacks for a solid TV binge?
Oh, I didn't see this bit.
It's got to be a massive pack of crisps.
Oh, there's got to be
You've got to have crisps.
Oh yeah.
You've got to have crisps. And I want like a share bag, but I'm not going to share them. But you need one of them for like a good binge. Oh, I love a big bag of beef hoops or flame grilled McCoys. So yeah, I'd have them. But then you've got to have sweet and chocolate. But then by the time I get to the chocolate, because I leave that till last, because it's my least favourite, I feel sick. But what did I eat today? It's a bag of shellless Skittles. They were okay. Not great. But I like, if you had the Chewies, they look like bonbons, with like some kind of goo in the middle.
Yeah.
They are absolutely fantastic. They are on another level to anything else. Like the pink ones. Oh, yeah. And then any chocolate or just like a dairy milk or something.
Yeah, I'm going Doritos and...
Which flavour?
Oh, I like chili heatwave, but...
Oh, Leanne does. The wank they are.
I
hate them, I do. I like the cheese ones, but you like get them everywhere and your breath stinks for about 3 days.
And I'd probably just have some like regular Skittles or something. I'd have some sweets as well.
I'm a tight bastard as well, so I'll only get what's on offer.
Oh, so yeah.
If you go into like Tesco, I'll only buy stuff that's on the end aisles, like at the end. So like a triple pack of Jaffa cakes for £1 or something, all over that. Jammy Dodgers all over them. But I'll never pay full price for sweets.
Yeah. So your real answer to the best snacks for a solid TV binge, whatever's on sale.
Yeah, unless you buy a B&M or a Home and Bargain or something like that, you can get some good bargains in there. Yeah, that'll be mine.
Dan,
and then at Pepsi Max Cherry, you can have a drink.
What's your drink? Cherry.
Mine, Pepsi Max Cherry all day. Nothing touches it.
Oh, no. I hate like anything like cherry or apple in a drink.
Do you?
No. Yeah.
I've been drinking Pepsi Max Raspberry before home games because there's only like one shop on the way to the ground that I walk past. So we go in there and they don't do Pepsi Max Cherry. So I was like, fuck, so I have raspberry.
That's probably why you're losing every week.
Yeah. Yeah, Pepsi Max Shay. What's your stuff?
Drink, I normally like just normal Pepsi for me.
Oh, fuck that. You might as well just have water. Just didn't taste of anything.
I had a Pepsi Max Lime the other day.
Oh, that's all right.
It wasn't great.
I'd have it if I went to somebody's house and they go, "Do you want a drink?" I'm like, "Yeah, please." And they go, "We've got Pepsi Max Lime." I'm like, "Yeah, all right, yeah, I'll do. Thank you." But I wouldn't. I'd never go in the shop and buy it.
Yeah, but it'd probably be a Pepsi Max for me as the drink. What about you, Dan? Snacks and drink?
So snacks, obviously a big bag of not bothered about crisps. Normally like some, the cheesy like what's it things or frazzles or something like that.
Nice.
Yeah, and then like when you go to like the cinema, I always get ice cream.
Okay,
Like
yeah.
mint chocolate chip.
Fortune.
Yeah, it does. But I always eat it before the start as well. When you're sitting down through the trailers, and I've eaten all my 3 scoops of my ice cream. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm like again. I can't buy something and then just have a few like biscuits. I can't just go and grab 2 biscuits and then put them back. I'll just sit there with the pack until I've either ate them or I feel sick. Right? I don't know. I can't do it. I'm such a greedy pig.
On a similar theme, I've just seen the next question I've got is from Auto Close. He said Knight Rider or A Team.
I've never watched A Team, but is Knight Rider the one with the car kit?
Yeah.
I'd say that. I used to give my brothers a lot on like the summer holidays because he's older than me, and just sit there doing nothing all day and like used to watch that, and then something else used to come on after, like a doctor program. I can't remember what it was, but yeah, I'd say Knight Rider then, just for it's the only one I know.
Dan?
I'd probably lean A Team because they had that remake film, didn't they? I say a few years ago, but it's probably like 10, 15 years ago now.
I'm gonna have to look it up now.
Yeah, I never. It's not something I ever thought about, to be honest. It was sort of like before my time.
Is the 18 the guy?
It's Mr. T.
Mr. Teague, yeah. I've never watched this. I know who he is because he did the Snickers advert, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. He doesn't like flying. That's all I remember.
Yeah. So A Team, the film was 2010, which.
Yeah, I told you.
10, 15 but yeah, I never watched either of these. So I'd say the A Team just because the one thing I have seen is the film from 2010. So. And it wasn't bad. Like it wasn't good, but it was it was perfectly enjoyable to sit down and watch for however long it lasted.
Who asked that question?
Darren, Auto Close.
What a shit question! Out of all the TV shows you could think of, you'd think of them too. What a shit question.
I think we've got other TV questions, so it's fine. I like this one from Non-Stop FPL. Would you rather have hooves for feet or hooves for hands?
What are hooves?
As in horses' feet.
Horses' feet are called hooves?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you think they were called?
I don't know, just feet, paws. I don't know. Hooves, I've never heard that in my life.
Paws.
So what's the question? Would you rather horses' feet or horses' hands?
Horses' feet for hands or horses' feet for feet?
Feet, surely.
Feet? Yeah, it's got to be feet, hasn't it?
Best way of my day.
Never heard of that in my life. Hooves.
Yeah, I mean they're like.
Is that their actual feet or just their metal things?
No, they're actual feet.
Yeah.
The metal things are called horseshoes.
That's blowing my mind. I'd never have known that.
We know the title of the pod, Angus.
I'm so glad that question was asked now.
That's blowing my mind.
Okay. Oh, here we
Move
go.
on, please.
Here we go. Billy Hadaway. We do have a football question now. It's not Gaffer related, but a football question. If Jamie had to choose a Premier League team to support, which one?
100% Palace.
Is that because like Elise and Eze?
Well, yeah, them as well, but their fans are like, I know they get a lot of stick, but I like that European culture thing that they've got in. Like, do they call themselves ultras at Palace? I don't know if they actually call
think so.
themselves that, but they go that they buy the corner flag, aren't they?
Yeah.
No, we support the Palace, the Palace, the Palace. That's the way we like it, like it. I remember that was the first. They were the first team I heard sing that chant like live at a game when they came to Stoke, and it was class. So yeah, Palace for me. But I wouldn't like live there. Fuck that. Stoke's bad enough, but I wouldn't live there.
It's not far away from me, and like the area has a special place in my heart from like growing up, but I wouldn't say it's a nice area.
I don't know if I've told you this story, but I went Palace. So I think it was an FA Cup game, and I've got an unofficial coach, so like you can take beers on. So I drank a full crate before I got there. Got dropped off at the pub. We've had a couple of them. We start walk to the ground. This guy is walking, approaching us. And bear in mind, there's about 30 to 40 of us, but we're all scattered in little groups. So just me and my mates. We were the first ones to actually leave. And he just approached me and just undid his coat like and there's a knife. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, you just see stuff like on Top Boy. I didn't realise that's actually real. And I'm thinking, I should be thinking I've got 30 odd people here, so if he starts, I'm all right, but I shit myself. I think I sobered up that quick. It was unreal.
So I had a job, I think it was last year, working on the census, and I was working in Croydon. And at one point, we had to go and knock on doors of people who hadn't filled it in yet and tell them to hurry up and fill it in. At one point, I turned sort of down a road and towards the end of it, just walked in on a drug deal. And someone was like, I told someone this, and they were like, "What did you do?" I was like, turned around, acted like I hadn't seen anything, and walked away.
That's exactly what I've done as well. Well, it would be your Premier League teams to support. Don't say Luton next season, Dan, you dick.
No, do you know what? When when you're at school when you're a bit younger, I always liked Chelsea, but this was before the Roman Abramovich. When they had like Zola and all that,
yeah,
Viali and all that lot.
Is that a thing down at Luton? Like, is like Chelsea the second team? Because I work with a guy. He's from Luton, but he's a Chelsea fan.
I think it's just a London thing. Yeah, they normally have
a lot of
London
areas
couple,
around London end up being Chelsea fans.
Well, everyone up here is like United, and like to be fair, my dad, he wasn't massive.
Everyone down south is United.
Yeah, I was about to
say. Around Stoke, it was like me growing up in like really early noughties and stuff. It was all basically United. And my dad supported United, but he didn't really follow him. He just followed him a lot when he lived in Manchester when he was younger. But my best mate was a Man United fan and his dad, so I followed Man United because I never went Stoke as a kid, because my dad didn't take me football or anything. So I used to have a Man United top every season. I had that white and gold reversible one, and I got vandalism paint on it first day, fetching my football from over a fence. Yeah, but no, mine would be definitely Palace.
Yeah.
Who's yours, Angus? Other than Arsenal?
I was about to say I've already got one. It was if you had to choose a Premier League team to support, I've already got one. If I didn't, probably Palace.
Just because your connection's close to them.
Yeah, I mean Selhurst Park. I grew up for a while when I was younger overseas. When I came back to the UK, Selhurst Park was the first ground I went to and everything, so probably be them.
That's fair enough. Decent answer, to be fair.
Another question, part of Billy's question, is the worst set of fans in the Premier League and the Championship.
So one for each.
Yeah.
When we're saying set of fans, are we going from like experiences at stadiums, or like we're not going off Twitter, are we?
I'll let you decide how you want to answer that.
Championship, I'd probably go with Stoke. Absolutely, I hate Stoke fans. I do.
Fulham are the worst fans in the Championship.
Have you seen how much their season tickets are?
Yes.
It's $1,000, yeah.
What the
Wow.
fuck? Like, I don't care how much you love the club. I wouldn't pay £1,000 to watch them. I know they're doing well this season, but absolutely no chance. Swansea have always been shit when they've come to Stoke, even like when we're in the Premier League. They've never brought like big numbers or anything like that, but 'tis a fair distance, so I'll let them off for that. West Brom, shit. They've always been shit when they come down. So I'd say West Brom. Would I? Millwall was shit this weekend, but they were decent at home. Well, my away game. Oh, God, I should have probably looked at this question. I could actually go and answer. I'm just going to do West Brom off the top of my head. Premier League. I'm trying to think of fucking Premier League teams. I can't even think of Premier League teams at the moment. Norwich, because that's a long distance one, and they never brought many. So I'm just going to say, Norwich, go on. You go now, Dan. I don't really know.
I say Fulham in the Championship.
Yeah.
There's that pictures going around, isn't it, on the train, and they're eating cheese and wine. No. Some of the best this season have been, and the best fans I've ever at Luton were Leeds years and years ago, and we were 4-0 up at half time, and they stayed and sung the whole game.
Yeah, Leeds are decent when they, like, especially away. Like United's away fans are really good.
Yeah.
But like when I went Old Trafford, it was dead. Same with Liverpool though. But
too many,
Stoke, isn't it? So
yeah.
But Leeds and Man City away fans are really good as well. Like we had that reputation of having an absolute immense atmosphere, and obviously our main song is fucking Delilah, but they sing a version of that for Yaya Toure, and they drowned us out completely. Yeah. What about you, Angus?
Worst fans in the Championship. Let's offend some people. I'll go with Stoke. Even though the fans were very nice to me when I went to the game away at Luton.
Same 5 shit songs.
Yeah, I was about to say, once you get to about the 7th rendition of Delilah, it's like, change it up a bit, lads.
Yeah. No, I completely agree with you, Angus. I can't argue with that. I just want to take the back Norwich one away because I feel bad because I like Badger, FPL Badger. I've got Norwich. I do like Norwich because I used to live in Lowestoft, which is in between Norwich and Ipswich. So I'm going to say Watford because I don't like Watford as a club.
No.
I feel bad for Watford fans, but they're probably one of the worst set we had at the Emirates this season as well. So I'm probably going to say them. Sorry, Joe. But no, there's a few, and it depends how you're classifying it. Like if you're talking about like Twitter or whatever, it's United fans all day long. But
Forest as well at the minute. Forest fans. They're not even in the playoffs yet.
Yeah, and they're talking like they've gone up.
Yeah, fuck.
They've won the FA Cup and got automatic promotion.
Yeah.
Some of them.
Another part of Billy's question. See, some people just like, it looks like you've got no questions and they've actually got like 4 or 5. He's asked, favourite overseas football team?
AC Milan. And I'm wearing the shirt.
Dan?
I'm not. To be honest, I'm not that interested in foreign football.
So for me, it depends how overseas we're talking, because obviously I've grown up a Rangers fan.
Of course.
If we're talking
there's
about
no seas in between England and Scotland, is there?
Well, that's what I'm saying. It depends how technical we're talking in terms of overseas from England or from English football. It's overseas, but no, I'll say Roma.
Oh, I thought yours would have been Barca.
No. Barca I liked going to watch and everything, but Roma, my parents lived there for a while I was in secondary school, so I used to spend all my school holidays there, and we had a season ticket there for a couple of years.
Never knew that. That's mental.
And it was so cheap that it was worth it just for the games when it was the school holidays, and that was when they were top 2 with Inter every season.
That would have been class. Actually, I've got a soft spot for Roma. My Milan is just basically growing up with that team, like Cafu, Dida, Nesta, Maldini, Stam.
Seedorf.
Yeah, Kaká. Absolutely love Kaká. Inzaghi, so many good players. It's similar to that, like Real Madrid as well, because obviously growing up like them Figos, the Galacticos, but then because of Messi and Busquets, I've moved over to Bar, so they'll be my Spanish team just based on that. But yeah, Milan would be my team. But I do love German football as well. I really do like German football. But I'm more Leverkusen than Dortmund.
Yeah, that's fair.
Everyone's second to German team's Dortmund, isn't it, for some reason? And even though I've been Dortmund, but I haven't been Leverkusen, I loved Lucio and Barak, that 2001 team.
Yeah.
It's all my decisions from my childhood, really.
Yeah, I mean, I liked Roma when I was a kid. The sort of Totti, Batistuta teams, who had Pep Guardiola at one point, but
De Rossi.
De Rossi, when I was there, this was sort of 2007, 2008.
Was Walter Samuel there then? I used to like him, the Argentine.
I think he'd gone by that point. Not long gone.
Okay.
I think he'd moved to Inter by that point. But I was more De Rossi than Totti, which was a different take to have.
Wow, yeah, because Totti's like the king, isn't he, of home, really?
He's like the Powell of Stoke, isn't he?
Don't disrespect Powell.
I'm not.
Don't mention Totti's name in the same sentence as Powell. God's sake, Dan.
And he was brought to your club by Nathan Jones. What a manager.
The only decent thing he did, Dan.
I know. Stoke, anyway.
And we've got 2 people who've asked the same question. Billy had the final part of his question, and Renard9. They've both asked Neighbours or Home and Away.
I haven't watched these for about 20 years. My mum used to watch them when I was a kid because they were on so early. I'm going to say Home and Away was better, but Neighbours had the fitter women in there. That'd be my answer. I don't know. I've never really.
Neighbours finishing.
I think so. Yeah.
Is it? I'm sure I've heard it on the news.
I used to just watch it thinking I'd love live there. Just sunny all the time.
Yeah, I think I ended up watching more Neighbours just because it was on before something else. So I'll say Neighbours, but I didn't sort of particularly watch either.
No, not a massive fan of them myself. Who asked that question? Well, who too?
Billy Hadaway and Renard9.
Renard, shit question. Billy, I'll let you off because he had some decent questions beforehand.
Next one's from FF Joel. He's asked us 2 questions. His first question is, what's your favourite sport outside of football? He said he thinks he knows Jamie's, but yeah, so what's your favourite sport outside of football?
Mine is actually Formula 1. even though I like my cricket, but I'm not a massive cricket fan. Like, I'll disappoint the cricket fans now. Like, I don't like Test cricket. I think it's fucking boring.
Oh, we've
So
discussed this before. I know we've discussed this before.
yeah, where earlier on I was watching the IPL and I'm in my element watching the IPL. Yeah, I enjoy that, but I love F1. I think like really, really good. So yeah, F1 would be mine.
Dan, what about you?
So mine would be between three, either tennis, because when I was young, I was quite good at tennis, UFC or Formula One. I go through stage. Like, I watch most of them. Probably would put Formula One second though.
Good answer, Dan.
Yeah, I mean, I like lots of things. Anyone who's sort of spent any time talking sports with me,
Yeah.
I can hold a conversation on pretty much any of them.
Like, I know the rules on most sports, but some of them
Right.
I can't watch.
A golfer's proper shit.
Um,
Like that is shit.
but I'd probably say cricket just because it's the one I like grew up with as well. And I could up to a certain age play it at quite a good standard, so that helped.
Oh, like the opposite of me then. I just go for the banter. I just play for banter. I do. I'm just there just to basically be in the sun all day and just piss about all day, really, with the lads.
Yeah, no, I could play it to quite a good standard when I was younger, and then when I went to university, I asked about the cricket team, and they said before the summer, like to get sort of prepared for the season, they had 6 a.m. runs on a Friday. I was like, I won't be playing cricket here then.
Fuck that.
I was like,
6
what kind of
a.m. They only
nonsense
run
is
up
this?
and down.
I didn't have any follow-up questions about why. Once they said 6 a.m. runs, that was enough.
No, you're absolutely spot on there, Angus. I'd have been straight out that door. Excuse me.
But I do like, like I say, I like a lot of other sports, and we do end up talking F1 as probably the second sport in our chat. So
Yeah.
that's probably up there as well. Joel's second question is: if you could have a 5-minute conversation with one non-sports person celebrity, who would you choose, and what would you ask them about?
It's a non-sportsman celebrity.
Yeah,
So just a celebrity.
yeah, a celebrity who's like not from sports. Yeah.
Oh, fucking hell, what a question that is. I'll let one of you two go first.
Oh, have any of you actually met anyone famous? Yeah.
Muhammad Ali.
He's sport, isn't he?
Oh, of course, yes, yeah. I did.
It's hard.
I met I went watch Jack Whitehall in Liverpool,
Yeah.
and Grace from Hollyoaks was in the queue, like right behind me. I think that's about as far as it goes. Non-sportsman.
Yeah.
Can't think of.
You don't have to have met them. It's just who would you want to have a 5-minute conversation with, and what would you ask them?
See, I'm not that bothered about it. I wouldn't be that bothered about talking to him.
Yeah, see, because I can't think of anybody or anything I'd want to ask them. What about, have you got one, Angus?
I do.
Go on then.
I'd want to talk to Luke Jurdy about the time he saw Jamie tweet about his missus.
Oh, God. Rob Pick will never, ever let me live that one down, honestly. I was mortified like when I realised, shit, it's actually him. Like, I just wanted to just be swallowed up, honestly. Yeah, you bastard! If you brought that one up, I
yeah,
would try and answer it for Joe, but I don't really like people, so
I don't really like people.
Comedians would be funny though, I think. Like Ricky Gervais or someone like that would be pretty decent, I think.
yeah. If I was going to do something, it'd be like going back in time and going to see Hitler. Or like the last person who saw Hitler and just be like, Is it what? Did he go to Argentina or is he dead?
What are you going to ask him that?
Yeah, well, the last person he was shagging his secretary once week, I think. So I'd ask you, like, where's he gone? Did he actually kill himself or did he fuck off? So I can't think of anything. He's a celebrity, surely. Like everyone knows who Hitler is.
I'm not sure we're going to top that, to be honest.
Honestly, I can't think. I'm sorry, Joe. I can't think of anything else that you would want me to. What I'd want to ask them.
I'd want to talk to. I'm going to say Barack Obama and ask him which
Why?
world leader he met was the biggest cunt.
That's a good question.
Yeah, that's a good question. Oh, I've got one. I'd go to Drake and ask him if that song, that one, you know, Kiki, do you love me? Apparently, that's about Kim Kardashian because he shagged her. So I just want to know if he has. So yeah, that's my answer. Actually, I don't know that little one. Yeah, I've 2 answers. Yeah.
Yeah, and I've got Obama and Luke Jurdy for you, so there you go.
Top stuff.
Oh, that's a good question. David Strom is the next question we've got. He asked, which footballers did you pretend to be for a kickabout when you were a kid?
Oh, good question. Do you two want to go first? So I'll think of one.
Mine was Zola or Juninho.
Juninho was in Middlesbrough or Leon?
Yeah.
Middlesbrough.
Yeah. That's when I was at school. They were just like, you had Middlesbrough and Chelsea, and they'd started signing a lot of foreign players. Like Middlesbrough had Emerson and Ravanelli and Juninho, and Chelsea had obviously Vialli and Zola and all that.
But yours, Angus?
I'm just trying to think back. I think because I played as, like, you know, I mean, I always fancied myself as a striker. I think I just thought I was Thierry Henry.
We used to like play on the green, and I always used to try because I'm a defender, really, holding midfielder. I'm shit at finishing, but I'd always try and open my body up like Henry and like bend it in for a post. It never like come off. But mine were like I used to when I was really young play in the back garden with my dog. I had a border collie, and I had patio, and at the bottom it was like a slope, so you could get your foot right under the ball. So I used to do free kick competitions, and he'd be the keeper. So mine were always like Beckham and Figo, like them kind of players. But then when I started getting out with my mates, we used to play match of the day. So on the Sunday morning, we'd go on the green and would reenact the games to like try to score the same goals. So mine were just general Premier League, like Van Nistelrooy, Shearer, Viduka, like them kind of players, really. I loved Michael Carrick as well a bit after. As I started playing in a team. He was my favourite.
What about you, Dan?
I said, didn't I?
Zola and
Zola,
yeah. So the last 2 questions we've got are from FPL Frustration. Question 1. Who is your favourite footballer of all time?
I'm going to have to go Zidane.
Ooh, that's a shout. See, I don't like Messi or Ronaldo. It's too, you know, like they're too obvious.
Yeah.
Zidane. I don't think people realise how good Zidane was.
No, and that's I hate that I'm not older to have like actually like seen him and been at my age now and actually appreciate him more.
Yeah, he was unbelievable.
Like him and like Ronaldinho was one I never got to see play live as well. I'd love seeing that. So without Zidane, I'm going to say Zidane is the best, but as my favourite, it would be between Michael Carrick and Sergio Busquets.
Mine is Ronaldo, proper Ronaldo. Yeah. Like no striker has ever been better than him. I'm telling you now.
He's another one as well. I wish I was older for.
Yeah, mine was
injuries ruined his career. Dennis Bergkamp.
Bergkamp.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was good.
I loved Bergkamp. It's his fault. I'm an Arsenal fan, so
Yeah, he was.
Even someone like, I don't know if you too old, Matt Letizia, he was so good to
I was
his
play.
young.
his off pitch opinions have like soured it
Yeah, I can
too much.
understand.
But yeah,
on pitch,
yeah.
he was very good.
I was a bit. I remember him, but I was a bit too young to appreciate him. And to be fair, I've just seen him in stuff like Premier League years and stuff
Yeah,
like that. So, but it's like my brother's like older than me. He's got to be 10 years older than me, I think, maybe a little bit more. But he had loads of videos, and I used to watch him as a kid, like World Cup ones. I loved. So, like, I'd love to have seen like Puskás, Di Stefano, Eusebio, them kind of players. But do you not think like 90s was the peak though? Because like you could like name off about 20 players who you thought were absolute world class. Where now, I don't know if it's because we watch that much football now, they don't excite you as much. Even like Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo, they are probably better than all them. But I don't think of them two the same as I think of like Zidane and players like
I
that.
just view it as, say, like in the 90s, defenders could defend,
Yeah,
whereas now they can't really defend now.
it's also as well like because you're watching a lot of football where then like Champions League on ITV felt special.
Yeah.
Like watching like I don't know Man United v Fenerbahce like Rooney's hat trick. Something like that would be special. Where now, because BT got it, you can choose any of the 8 matches that are on.
Like Gazzetta dello Sport on a like
Sunday.
What was it on a Saturday morning I want to say, but whichever day
Sunday
it was.
Sunday,
and a 4.
Yeah.
I think that might have been Sundays, I think.
But like
I can't remember.
Yeah.
It was definitely the weekend, wasn't it?
Yeah, and just sort of, things like that once a week, watching the highlights and everything. Like, whereas now, like you say, you can watch all of them, so it probably feels different as well.
Like match of the day was like, if you missed match of the day, that was it. Like everyone would watch
match today maybe 3 or 4 times a season.
Yeah.
Where now I've seen all the goals before 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
Like online and stuff like that. It's just not the same, is it?
But also, they were literally in the Premier League. I think they had a Monday night game, a Sunday, and that was it. The rest were a Saturday at 3 o'clock.
Yeah, I'm like an hypocrite because I've got Sky, so I watch.
You watch them all, but that's what
I would
I'm
much prefer where if it was just Saturdays and then a Sunday game. I don't even want the Monday night, like just your weekend, and then TV's ruined football for me. Even though I sit there and watch it all, like I'm now sitting here with MLS on in the background.
Yeah, I mean, I think back to some of those other players that I love, but you only get to see them once or twice, and it was sort of like it was special. Like I loved Batistuta.
Yeah, exactly. And like having Real knockout stage in Champions League when like one of the English clubs drew like Real Madrid or Juventus, AC Milan, it was like, oh my god, I cannot wait for Tuesday night.
Yeah.
Or you were gutted that the other game was on, so then it'd be next week they'd have that on. It was like, oh, class. Because I used to go watch them with my brother. Because my brother was a Stoke fan. He went everywhere with Stoke when he was younger, and then as he got older, stopped going Stoke. He started like following Liverpool, not like supporting them, but with his mate, he'd go a few games with his mate, and then ended up like going around his mate's house. Like they used to have like big parties for like Liverpool games that were on TV. Like weird, but stuff like that you don't get that now.
No. The other part of FPL frustration, the second question he had was sporting hero other than football.
Bloody hell. Mine would probably be I have a Schumacher. Used to love him at Freud, but then now seeing the documentary, I didn't actually like him. I thought he was a bit of a dick, but obviously being young then,
Yeah.
He was absolutely class. But mine would probably be like either Brian Lara or Tendulkar because they got me into cricket. Really, they were the big names,
Yeah.
and I'd probably say Lara just because of the game as well. I could play Brian Lara cricket, but then I did have an India top. I'd walk around in as a kid. So yeah, because I'm not really into other sports like rugby. Couldn't give a shit about golf, toss, tennis. I went through a stage round 2008, just as Djokovic came on the scene. But I'm not a big tennis fan. So yeah, that's mine. Laura.
Dan?
I don't really know. I wouldn't call them sporting hero. I don't know. This is hard. You go, Angus, first. You must have one.
So obviously, because I grew up sort of playing cricket and everything, I really liked Mark Waugh.
I wasn't expecting that one.
Because I fancied myself as a batsman who could bowl spin. And a big one for me, actually thinking about it, a big one for me was Daniel Vettori. For the very simple reason that as a kid, just seeing someone play top level sport in glasses as a kid that wore glasses was actually quite big for me.
Yeah, that's a decent shot. I'm like Dan though. Like I haven't actually got like a hero.
No, it was just like, people that I liked or whatever, or that like, I
Yeah.
guess meant something to me, but like differently. Like I wasn't like, oh, I love Daniel Vettori, but it was like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, look, there's someone who like plays top level sport in glasses, which, when you're like the 8-year-old kid in glasses or whatever, like makes a difference. But like, yeah, I didn't really have sort of like heroes.
Yeah, I've never been into like I say, boxing fans would say like Muhammad Ali, wouldn't they?
I can get that though. Why you would say like because of his history and that, like what he did.
See, I'm not
But
into
I
all
wouldn't say
that.
that. Yeah,
Like people like kids might like look. I know he's not as good as they thought he'd be. Like Rashford, for example, what he's done off the pitch, like with the kids and that. Like somebody that would like mean the absolute world. Where to me, like I don't give a shit like off the field stuff. Like I'm just selfish and insensitive. But I get why somebody would look up to Rashford, like who'd been in that like really bad situation, maybe. Like so, I get why people have sporting heroes, but for me, no, I couldn't give a shit. I just like just watching them and stuff.
I guess I was sort of burned as well in terms of having heroes, because like one of the things that I would always end up seeing in the summer was the Tour de France, and I sort of like was the Lance Armstrong story when he was going and he was doing all this stuff, after cancer and to help cancer like research and everything, and then it turned out he was a cheat, and it's just like
I brought a wristband for that.
yeah. And it's just and
Yellow
then it
wristband.
turned out he was just cheating, like, and it was just like, it almost was just sort of like a warning, like. Yeah, I mean, I liked sort of things like tennis and everything, like, so it's like I never sort of believed that someone like Tim Henman was going to do anything good, but I was always sort of like rooting for him.
See, and I'm not patriotic either. Like, I couldn't give a fuck if they're British. Like Hamilton, I can't stand him, but people will support him because
Yeah.
he's English.
Yeah,
And
that's what
same
I'm
like
like.
with tennis, but where with me, I'm like, I don't give a shit. Like, I'm not patriotic in the slightest. Like, cricket, India are my favourite team because I love Tendulkar, then MS Dhoni, then I like Kohli. I know everyone hates him, but like if England were playing them, like I'd want England win, but like I wouldn't give a shit if they lost. Really, to be fair, and I've got to that point with the football now as well. I used to like love it as a kid, like made sure it's where now obviously I'm going to follow them in the World Cup and want them win, but if we get knocked out in the group stage, it would not faze me in the slightest because there'll be players in the World Cup who will still rather watch, like Frankie De Jong, for example, if Holland got through. I'm just like, I'm a bit weird, I think.
Well, yeah, I mean, growing up supporting Scotland, you get you learn quick not to sort of tie your hopes to sporting success.
Who was
So
your
that
favourite
helped.
Scottish player,
Huh?
Angus, growing up? Who was your favourite Scottish player growing up?
Charlie Adam.
Ali McCoist.
Good pick.
How
He's
good was he? I've never seen him really properly.
Oh, he's a
he was good.
properly good goal scorer. Like, he's one of these guys who would, like, he'd always be in the right place to score the goals. Like,
No, I never, because I've never really followed Scottish football at all. Because like as a kid, it wasn't on TV that I know of anyway, and you just knew it was like Rangers and Celtic were big. So like the Old Firm was a big game and stuff like that. But I saw a fact today. I think it was on TikTok, and there was some shit facts. But one was Celtic played twice in one day once. And Falkirk are the only Scottish team to ever have broken the world transfer record. Did you know that?
I didn't, but now I do.
I'm here for useless shit you don't need to know.
Yeah, I think that's all of our questions. I'm just trying to think whether there's anything else. Any
For all the listeners, this is basically what we would do for like an hour after we've done the pods. We just talk shit for about an hour.
I'm just trying to think of
Sometimes like
the
2 hours.
the international break sort of like the conversations that I've seen on Twitter. Our favorite flavor of Monster Munch.
Beef.
I'd seen that one, that poll on
Weirdos
Twitter.
voting pickled onion, the weirdos. I've given up with all that now. I was bored at work at the beginning of the week. I thought, I'm just going to get involved in all this shit that's going on at the moment. Then I've had enough now.
Yeah, the only one I've got involved with as such is I'll shout out FPL Reactions, who's been doing all his like.
He
went viral, didn't he?
Yeah, one of them I think it had like 2 million interactions or whatever. Like, but
I wouldn't get any work done with that.
Yeah.
Oh, that drives me mad. I hate it when I've got like 10 notifications if I haven't been on my phone for ages. I couldn't be dealing with that. Oh, Orlando have just scored, you bastards.
But no, I've quite enjoyed doing some of those ones that he's put out. So, and there was one that was like, which 5 sporting events that you haven't been to in your life would you like to go to?
And I saw that one, but then when you tweeted the original tweet wasn't available, so I didn't know what you were on about, so I just scrolled past.
Yeah, it was which 5 sporting events that you haven't been to in your life would you like to go to?
I'd go F1. I'm desperate to go F1, but I think I'm going to go Spa next year.
Yeah, I think the Monaco.
Have you been
Grand
to any
Prix.
race? Have you been to a race?
Never.
It's rubbish live.
Well, that's why I don't want to go Silverstone, because it costs an arm and a leg. Like,
it's rubbish.
Where at least I can make a weekend of it. Like
Yeah.
if I go to Belgium or something like that. It's not. I mean, it's still expensive, but the tickets are okay. But then the flights are more expensive because the robbing bastards aren't the airlines.
Yeah, they know like they're more in demand at that point. So yeah, it's more expensive.
Yeah, I'd like to go the F1. Would I go with boxing? Probably not. I just watch the big screen anyway. I wouldn't go golf because I think it's shit.
What about Super Bowl?
No, absolutely not.
Oh, I would, 100%. Do you like American football?
No. I like the concept of it. I'd like it if it was English and like they had a proper like league of read, but I can't be dealing with the American stuff. Like, there's no need to have that many adverts. Like one break of play, you just get into it. I mean, it's like 1 o'clock in the morning, so you're already tired, and then they have like adverts for 5 minutes in between, so I always fall asleep. But like the half-time shows, like people are saying, would you have that in England at football? Like, absolutely not.
Nah.
I go straight outside from a vape. But no, I wouldn't go Super Bowl. There's not many I'd go to, actually, thinking about it. Like, I'd probably go to like an Olympics, but only if I could guarantee I was like at the track finals, like see like the 100 meters, 200 meters. That I don't want to go watch any of the other shit that they do. Yeah, God, I'm quite a boring person actually.
World Cup
Yeah,
final?
the what?
World Cup
Oh, yeah.
final?
Ah, yeah, I was thinking of non-football. Yeah, major tournaments definitely
Yeah.
on my bucket list. I'm hoping go like over to Germany in 26.
Yeah, I did
No,
the
24. Sorry.
Euros semi-final here. The Italy-Spain one.
Yeah, I'm well jealous of that. But like, I'm not even bothered like if I go watch England over there because I'll just go to like the fan parks watch England. I just
Yeah.
won't go and just get the experience over there, like get the atmosphere and stuff like that. And I'll watch anyone I will because I like just that's my favorite thing to do. Like if we go on a city break, make sure I get a game in. I say to them, we can do whatever we want all weekend, but the day of the game, that's my day. I want a football shirt and I want to watch the game. That's all I'm bothered about. I can't believe you had a season ticket at Roma. That's madness. Like you just dropped in like dead casually. Like I was buzzing when I went watch Milan. Like we went just for the weekend, and I've just been once, and I'm still buzzing about it. I loved it, and you were just there every week, just jamming.
Yeah, I
with a
mean,
season
like I say,
ticket.
it was school holidays, but like, you know, sort of was there, you know, even half terms because obviously it was sort of like, you know, 2 hour flight and you're there or whatever. So, yeah, got to see them in a bunch of Champions League games as well. Although those you had to pay for.
Oh, yeah, that's class. I'd love to do that.
But yeah, I think that's everything. We could just keep rambling on, and we might keep rambling on, but for the podcast listeners, we should probably wrap it up. Thank you for all of your questions, both the football related and the non-football related. I hope there was some stuff worth listening to in there. And we'll be back with you sometime, well, this coming week. This will either be out sort of Sunday night or Monday morning. Not sure when, but some point before game week. Shit, what game week is it coming up? 40. We'll
Double.
be previewing game week 40. So yeah, thank you for listening, and well, me and Dan will speak to you next time, and thank you, Jamie, for rejoining us for this very special episode.
Thank you for having me back. It's been a pleasure.
And yeah, we'll speak to you soon. Bye.
Bye.
Adios.